I'm Miss Melissa, and in today's lesson we will be learning how to create an awesome magazine spread for your year-end school book. And we'll be doing it using the Canva app.
So let's talk about the tool of the day. We are using Canva, and Canva is the web and mobile publishing tool that works great for creating all sorts of documents that ranges from business cards to logo design, posters, resumes, flyer, you name it. If you're thinking of creating a quick presentation but you don't happen to have PowerPoint slides available for yourself, well, Canva allows you to work with almost everything, and it is making even social media posts much easier with all the available templates, and also for a quick edit or two using both the computer or your mobile phone. So from here itself, you can see there is a vast variety available for you to even create something as simple as an infographic to talk about some of your processes, or even create a poster for any of your upcoming events in your school itself.
Important to know the tool of the day. Let's look back and take a look at what are the items we're going to need for this project. Now, a yearbook consists of memories, and memories that even 10 years down the lane, you're going to pick it up from your library, from your bookshelf, and you're going to open it up and you're going to laugh about it and remember the good old days, school days. Even I do that. Ask your parents about your parents. So, what is it that we will need to create this awesome, memorable page? Pretty straightforward. Number one, you're going to need some inspirational images. It can be from a famous book. It can be also from a travel journal. Or it can be something maybe your parents have done. Point is, you want to look for some inspiration. And what better way than to look at existing pictures? Go Google up, or you can try and find my favorite app in Pinterest. You will be able to find tons of expressions, tons of what I would call themes to play for your project. Once you have those references, it'll be pretty easy for you to draw some sketches. These sketches are very important. Why? Because you are going to have to plan within that page. Are you doing a single page, or are you doing a 2-page? Where are you going to place your photos? Where are you going to place those graphics that you intend to put in? And of course, most importantly, where are you going to place the names of the persons in the photos? Sketches are the way to go. Now that you have these two, comes the next item. The main item itself, your photos. Always have clear photos. Don't take the ones from the internet or your social media. Well, they have been reduced in size. You most likely are going to have to end up with blurred or pixelated images. And we don't want that in a yearbook we're going to look 10 years from now. So go, bring up a friend or two, take awesome photos, edit them using some of these available apps, or you can refer back to our previous episode and have a look at those editing skills and play a trick or two with yours. No doubt it'll take some time, but with these three and with the fourth item, which is Canva itself, you're on your way. So let's move over. Let's put it together.
Once you have all your items ready to go with your sketches, you can now start off by creating a new document. You can create it over here using the button that you find on the top here, Create a Design. Now there are tons of options available here. If you would prefer to use one of the templates that are available, well, why not? So let's have a look over here. Now we are going to create it using an A4 document, simply because when we print it, it's going to be on an A4 document. One of the things Canva would usually do is create your design in a new tab, as what you would see on your screen right now. Now the first thing you want to do so that you don't get confused with what you're working with is to name your file. So I'm going to call it a magazine spread. Don't forget to check with whoever is working with you for your yearbook to know what is the actual size of your overall magazine. So let's go here, and now that it is done, it auto saves. This is one of the cool things Canva has to offer. Now Canva on this end here allows you to use free elements to decorate your page and allows you to add on your own designs. Now for this demo, I will be showing you elements of free photos I have collected from this site itself. So a little shout out to Rachmat Putro Resuaji for some of his cool photography that has been already edited and uploaded here for free use. So aside from that, I will also be using one here by Nicholas Hanamel, and of course it is one of the cool pictures to showcase what and how cool you can create your own magazine spread. Now to kickstart that, you want to upload your photos here first. So you have an option if it is from your Google Drive, your Instagram, or even your Dropbox. If photos have been already uploaded to Facebook, go ahead. As long as your account has been linked to any of the social media accounts, this can be easily accessed, this can easily be done using your mobile phone. So I'm going with device because I'm working on a web content, and I'm going to go to my desktop where I had located and placed my photos in a photo folder. Okay, click open, select all the photos that I have been using, and just give it a couple of minutes. Depending on how quick your network is, your photos will be uploaded in an instant. So with everything that has been uploaded, you can now form your pieces based on the sketches that you had created. So I'm going to kickstart this first by creating a background, because at the same time you can see that all my photos are being uploaded. So I'm going to create a background for this, something that's a little cool. I'm going to click that, and I'm going to go with using the filters to make sure that I actually choose something that is static, so it doesn't mess up with my design. So depending on how you want to make it, there are tons of options here that are both available as free objects or even something that you want to pay for. So choose wisely what you're going to use. Now based on the photos I've chosen, it's a very funky kind of retro feeling it's giving me. So I'm going to actually use this item, which is very nice, and I'm going to actually just enlarge it to fit into my page itself. With that now done, I'm going to adjust it to make it a little bit lighter so it doesn't create too much of contrast with my photos. So put that there, and of course I'm going to actually create a overlay. So I'm going to write over here square, because I want something that's plain. Click that. Also same thing as what I did earlier, just gonna fit it over. Don't worry, it's not going away too quickly. I'm I'm just going to change the transparency. So you create that kind of contrast. Now that looks good so far. So now comes in what I'm going to fit in. Now I want it to look like a little bit of a photo Polaroid. So Polaroid it is. Search for it, you've got tons of it. Now this is going to look really cool if I can actually have this kind of paper tag going on at the edges itself. So I'm going to use this to actually create some of my text here. So leave that somewhere there for the time being. We can adjust it later. Now let's look for some frames that are free. So put that there. Go back to our uploads. Bring that in. Zoom in a little bit so we can have a brighter look as to how we're going to fit this. And drag it till it fits. There you have it. So now with these two together, you can actually select both images and group it. So no matter what happens, your images will still move along together. So this is one image. We'll add on the text later on for this. This looks good here, so I'm just going to put it there, because maybe we can write maybe the name of this class itself. So this is one. Now our next two photos here itself, I'm actually going to place this guy right over here to give him like a credit. So go back to our elements, look again, maybe this one. So this is quite nice. This will also fit to give credit to the photographer, because we're just imagining he's the photographer for the class itself. So I'm going to place him around here. Just an estimation, so leave that there first. Go back to the uploads, take our dear photographer's photo, maybe just match it together. We've used this as a little frame for it. Drag it a little bit. Now leaving this space will be just nice because we can add on like the name itself. So select both. Group it again, bring it down, place it here. Now this will look really nice. You can put a tape across, so look for a tape. Yeah. Close that. Rotate it a bit. To fit it in. Now select both. I'm gonna ungroup this first so I can add this in now. And I'm gonna group it and leave a little bit of space here. Now this will really help, because when you fit it into your printout, you will actually have that kind of feel. I'm really making this look like a real printout. So just snap that there. Again, I'm gonna ungroup this and add on this so that it'll look really good together. So there you have it. Now you can also do the same thing here, or you can just imagine that's like a little blue over there. So we still have a few more photos to fit in. Go back to our uploads. So we have another group photo here and another one of these guys doing this posing. So let's have more looks of it. So let's look for, again, some Polaroid photos that we can actually work in here itself. So what shall we use? Tons and tons. Oh, we'll come back for this later. So do bear in mind, whenever you see this crown that you see here, this literally means to say that it is, of course, meaning to say that the images are not free. You have to pay for it. So this means I'm truly in luck because I have these three, which is just nice for me to work with here. Going back to my uploads, I'm going to take these two guys, bring it down. Now it's in a square. So I'm going to hold down the shift on my keyboard and I'm going to drag it down to kind of give it like a bit of a square. And I'm going to put it in the center here. And hold down my shift to drag that down so it kind of like gives that feel. So you have it. This is one. I've got the two here. Let's do it over here. Same thing, I'm gonna square it up a bit. Oops, wrongly selected. And rotate it a bit. Small. A little bit there, a little bit adjustment. And there you have it. And finally, one more picture. So bring it down. How do you want to put this? I'm just going to drag it down here and position it just here itself. So there you have it. Now just like that, you have already had your basic adjustment going on here. With the basic adjustment, now all that's left is for you to add in the extra details that you wanted to add in, like for instance, who is where and where is where. So that's where the text come in. With Illustrator, or even in this case with Canva, you can create all of which over here itself. So let's say I'm going to use this one. So this one has already been put here. I'm going to put it over here because it looks really good right on the center here. So instead of that, I am going to change the words to class of 97 or maybe class 2020. So first things first, ungroup it. Class of, and then the next one. Move this down a bit so I can make the adjustments here. Class of 2020. Move this back up. There you go. So with this itself, you kind of give off that kind of feeling that you are doing. You can even play with some of the ready-made words here to kind of talk of the guys who are already doing these kind of actions here. So it kind of gives off that little contrast that you are trying to touch. And of course, finally, whatever that is needed here, you can look over here, add on another type of text here. To credit your photographer. I came from convent, so I'm actually just going to name it for this, although in convent Klang we don't have boys there. So you can either go that way itself. Make this a little smaller so it actually fits all the words, photography club, and there you go. So here itself, I'm going to add on I'm going to use the same name of this guy here who actually uploaded this picture itself. So with that, very simply done, you can create a very simple text by even adding in also a little bit of these kind of names, like for instance from left to right. You can actually name the names. Make it a bit smaller and position it over here. And the list goes on. So with this itself, if you have more photos that you want to share on, you can always go down here to click add a page and continue on your edit. You can also view everything, all your works as you go along. So once you're done with your magazine designs and you want to actually just export it into printing, you head over to here itself, this button, which says to download. This allows you to actually save it as a PDF before you can actually go and get it printed. So select whatever is needed, click download, and your work is ready for download and ready for print.
Great. And that's how you put items together using the Canva app. And simple items that were available from Canva itself. You have the free items, you have the premium items. And if you can do it on your own, use it. Make your own graphics and put it together. Now, you do it. Why don't you get together a few friends, come up with a theme or two, get some inspirational images, work it out together, and let's see what you can put together in creating either a single spread or a double spread, and share it on the social media. Don't forget to follow us on iCat social media and share it there to get yourself featured. We look forward to seeing what you have